All right, so what two monitors that I find that are going to be very, very close to the iMac monitor? So how much money are you going to have to spend, and what monitors would I recommend? If you're not going to get the iMac, you want to go with the Mac Mini, but you want that monitor to be as good as possible, which ones will they be? All right, in this video, I'm going to find just two monitors, two that I could find that I think are on par as far as quality as the iMac monitor, the 24-inch iMac monitor. It's a 24-inch monitor. Mine are going to be probably 27-inch. But what monitors are actually going to be as good, and how much is it going to cost you? I had a video earlier on some cheaper 4K monitors, and those aren't going to be as good. They're going to be passable for a Mac Mini or something, M1. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be as good a quality as those 24-inch iMacs. So let's get into the video. We're going to find out what are the two monitors that I actually think are the best, when you get into it, that are going to be very comparable to those monitors. Let's get into the video and let's find out exactly what you're going to need to do. All right, my number one pick is going to be by LG, and this is going to be the LG Ultrafine 4K. It's the staple. It's sold on Apple's website. It's the 24MD4KL. Let me tell you a little bit about this, but first let's see it. So why is this my number one choice? Well, they actually sell this directly off of Apple's website. You can see it right here, $699.95. This used to be over $1,000. It's only a 24-inch, just under 24-inch monitor, which is crazy, but it's really high quality. So if we scroll down, the reason you'd buy something like this, why is this comparable to the 24-inch iMac screen? First of all, Apple sells it. They kind of back it up. Second of all, look down here. It's the brightness. So this is 500 nits. So is the Apple 24-inch. So brightness really makes a big difference when you're actually trying to do something like HDR. This is not really enough for HDR, but you're going to get at least enough brightness in there to make it look good. And it does have the wide gamut. It also has, here's the actual 4K dimensions right here. So everything's going to be very similar to that monitor. And Apple definitely recommends this. You can see that since it's sold on Apple, they'll show it here. It's definitely going to work with all of Apple products. You're not going to have any issues. And then if I scroll down one more time too, they do have USB Thunderbolt 3 cables on the back of it as well, USB-C cables. So you basically have kind of the same interface as well. And it's just a nice overall device for the money. So again, it's going to be the higher end for a 24-inch for sure. But again, it's going to be that quality that you're looking for. If you did want to pick this up for a little bit cheaper though, I did find this on Amazon. You can see it here. I found it's going to be renewed. So I don't have any affiliation with this. I'll have a link in the description to this. But it is actually $474.99, so quite a bit less expensive. Same monitor right here. They're in stock. And you can go ahead and check this out. I'll have a link to it. This company sells them, and they're just basically going to be, I guess, refurbished. So if you're not afraid of doing that, it says looks like brand new, backed by a 90-day Amazon renewed guarantee right there. So I would go ahead and check this one out if you don't want to spend that much money. It will be a great monitor for the cost. So that's number one. Let's move to the second one. I'm actually going to have a third one, which is going to be kind of a special fun one. So stay tuned for all three of them. All right, so number two is going to be the Dell UltraSharp U27 18Q. This is a 27-inch, so we're going to be a little bit bigger than that 24 4K IPS monitor. They're $855. There's 20 in stock. I'll have a link to this. Now, this is a little confusing, so let's go ahead and take a look at this monitor. This is a great monitor. Again, a lot of people know about this that are in the industry as far as how good this monitor is. And one thing I wanted to show you is why is it confusing? Well, let's take a look at something. If you scroll down here, it's going to say brightness 350. It looks like almost like nits here. So you might look at this and say, this isn't the brightest monitor. Why is it so expensive? Why is this such a high quality monitor? Well, it is bright. So there's a video actually that's out there. It's by Linus. And if you go to it, it's called the brightest monitor we've ever seen. And here's the actual UP2718Q. You can see it right down here. Go ahead and watch this on Linus. Obviously, everyone knows about him. He's a great channel. But this is one of the brightest monitors they've actually tested. It's the way that it actually works by basically letting certain zones at certain times, but it can peak up to 1,000 nits. So if you go back here, it's a little bit, like I said, misleading. It can go up to about 1,000 nits of brightness. And, obviously, it just depends if you need something that bright, but it's going to just be the quality of the colors, the blacks, everything like that. It can actually just come across very, very similar to the 24-inch iMac that just came out. So this is another one. Again, you have to take it with a grain of salt. It's not going to have the most and newest updated ports. It's going to have DisplayPort. It's going to have something like USB and also have an HDMI. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the quality of this. And this is a little bit older monitor. But again, people in here are saying it gets up to 1,000 nits in some cases. So this is my second pick, number 2. It's going to be $855. Again, very expensive, but something that's going to be comparable to those where you're going to get that quality. And then you can use this for a lot of other things like your PC as well. All right, and then the third one, which is the fun pick, is going to be, this is an a little bit older monitor, and it's hard to find sometimes. This is the HP. They basically call it the Z32. This is going to be a 31.5 inch. So if you want a 4K 31.5 inch, you want to go way bigger than that 24 inch. This is not a bad one. So at the end of the day, it says $999, almost $1,000 for this. And I'll come right back to this, but if you look at other sites, you can actually go to a camera site here, for example. You can sometimes find them on sale. Again, it's hit or miss. Walmart has them, but they're out of stock a lot of times because they're, actually this one is actually temporary on back order. So you can see that you can find them sometimes. You have to search because these are going to be just those sought after monitors you can't find everywhere. And this one has 5 left, but this could go away soon as well. And you can see the look of it. It's basically going to be a very boxy monitor, and it looks really good. It's got almost no bezels. Now, the reason I like this monitor is just number one, the look, obviously. But number two is going to be the quality of it. And while they don't give kind of a brightness here, if you scroll down here, a lot of the reviews, I was reading through the reviews and stuff, and I've actually seen this monitor in real life. It's very bright. We don't know exactly the brightness. People are telling me it's over 500 for sure, closer to 1,000. It's somewhere in there. We just don't know. But again, this is kind of a fun one because it's a little bit higher than I would actually want to spend ever on a monitor. You can find it sometimes, like Walmart had it for I think $600 or $700, but it's not in stock now. So search for it. Again, the HP 31.5 inch. It is an IPS monitor, and again, I'm just showing you guys basic specs. This is not a review. Just want to show you what's available. So hopefully this helps. Only 60 hertz as well, but it is a high quality monitor, not for gaming, but for a Mac use and stuff. Very good. All right, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Again, I'm trying to make this channel a little bit more interactive. Let me know in the comments what you think. So are those two monitors going to be comparable to the 24-inch iMac 4.5K? Again, there's so many monitors out there, and my other videos have had other ones in the mid to bottom range, which is like the 400 to 3-something, 2-something range for 4K. And again, those aren't going to be the same brightness. They're probably not going to be the same quality, but they're going to be good enough for most people that use an M1 Mac Mini or something like that. But this time I wanted to show people what do you actually have to spend, and I did. So it's a little bit more, obviously. You're going to be spending more money. You got to get a quality monitor like that. So again, when you weigh the options of either a Mac Mini or a 24-inch iMac, you got to factor in, how much does that actual monitor mean to you? If it means a ton, then really you want to maybe go with the iMac, or you have to go with this topper tier monitor, because otherwise you're not going to be happy. So again, that's all this video is about. I hope it helps people out there. Post comments. Let me know of the monitors you think that is the closest to the 24-inch iMac, and maybe I'll make another one. I like to talk to people online. I always kind of follow up with people, so let me know what you think. Talk to you soon. Peace.